Have you ever walked past one of those old, crumbling buildings and just stopped and wondered what kind of stories are trapped inside those silent walls? Well, today, we're going to dive into those forgotten places, not as empty shells, but as vessels of memory.
To really get what these places are all about, you gotta start by looking back, because it's in that stark contrast, between what they were and what they are now. That's where the real story begins.
Just close your eyes for a second. You can almost hear it, can't you? This wasn't just some room, it was the center of an entire world, a place where deals were made, romances sparked, life just felt endless. It was absolutely buzzing with energy.
And now, just look. The same space, but all that life has been choked out by vines and swallowed by dust. All that vibrant color is just gone. The silence is so thick you can almost feel it.
Okay, let's jump to a totally different world. An old factory. Picture it. The air is thick with the smell of oil and hot metal, and the whole ground is just shaking with raw power. That noise, that wasn't just noise. That was the sound of progress. It meant food on the table, families being supported, futures being built right there.
And today, those same machines, they're like these giant silent statues. They're rusted solid, frozen in time. Their powerful roars have been replaced by nothing but the whisper of wind through broken windows.
So when we look at all this decay, what are we really seeing? Is it just broken bricks and shattered glass? Or is there something deeper hiding in all that ruin? That's really the big question we need to get to the bottom of.
We had to try and look past the obvious, right? Beyond the ruin that our eyes immediately see.
Because what's really there, hiding in plain sight, is the very core of human experience. All the triumphs, the failures, the simple, everyday moments that once made these places feel alive. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What kind of stories would they tell? I mean, if these walls could remember every conversation, every argument, every quiet hope that was ever whispered, what would we learn from them?
And this brings us to a really fascinating shift in perspective. It forces us to completely rethink what the word abandoned actually means.
We usually see a place like this and think abandoned. And for us, abandoned just means empty, right? But what if that's the wrong word entirely? What if these places aren't empty, they're just unheard? It's an idea from Pakistan that suggests the presence, the life is still there. We've just stopped listening.
So let's break that down. Unheard. What does it really mean in this context? It means these places aren't empty at all. They are completely full. Just brimming with stories, emotions, and memories. They just have no one left to listen to them.
And as soon as you start seeing these spaces as unheard, they totally transform into something else. They become these little time capsules, each one preserving the most intimate, personal parts of our shared human story.
And you start to see these time capsules everywhere. In the old family homes or havelis that once had generations living under a single roof. In colonial buildings that stand like ghosts right in the middle of our bustling modern lives. Or even in hospitals, where the most intense human dramas of hope and fear played out every single day.
The sheer range of life that's packed inside these walls is just staggering. It's not one story, it's thousands. Every single space holds the echoes of joy and pain, of births and goodbyes, of success and regret. They hold whispered prayers and so many faded dreams.
Just look at this image for a second. A deserted classroom. It's haunting, isn't it? That chalk dust still on the board. It's like the ghost of a lesson that's just waiting to be taught. A future that got cut short. Or what about this? A cinema, with its seats all empty, its screen completely blank. This whole space was built for storytelling, and now it's just silent. It's almost like it's hoping, just waiting for one last film to flicker to life. That feeling of unfulfilled purpose is just, wow, it's overwhelming.
But in the end, this isn't really just about old buildings. Listening to these unheard stories, it kind of forces us to turn inward and think about our own lives, our own stories.
We have to remember, not one of these places was built to be forgotten. Each and every one was the center of someone's universe at some point. It was someone's dream, a huge struggle, their entire life's work.
And here's the thing that kind of hits close to home. The one thing we all have in common with these places is that we're temporary. Time is eventually going to move on from our homes, our jobs, our lives.
Which leaves us with a pretty deep and maybe a little unsettling question. When our voices eventually go silent and all that's left are the spaces we once filled, who's going to be there to listen to our stories?